Right. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. I hope wherever you find yourself, I hope that you're doing well. You know, hope you're doing well. Always. Always hoping for the best. Keep hope alive, guys. Regardless, always keep hope alive. So, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, first off, let's read the inspiration for today. And then tomorrow, and then later, we'll get right into Spider-Man, okay? We'll get right into Spider-Man. So, for today, it says, I am the potter, you are my clay. I designed you before the foundation of the world. I arranged the events of each day to form you into this preconceived pattern. My everlasting love is at work in every moment of your life. On some days, your will and mine flow smoothly together. You tend to feel in control of your life when our wills are in harmony. On other days, you feel as if you are swimming upstream against the current of my purposes. When that happens, stop and seek my face. The opposition you feel may be from me, or it may be from the evil one. Talk with me about what you are experiencing. Let my spirit guide you through treacherous waters. As you move through the turbulent stream with me, let circumstances mold you into the one I desire you to be. Say yes to your potter as you go through this day. All right. And that's always true, guys. At least personally, it does feel like that sometimes. It really does. It really does feel like that. It feels like some days are easier than others. It really does feel like that sometimes. So, um, just stand guard against those feelings. In my personal opinion, when I start feeling as if my my mind is going against, you know, virtue, against good spirits, against positivity. When I feel like my mind is under attack, I just find my Bible and I hold that in my hands. I hold it in my hands, and that does it for me. Oh, okay. Hello? Yeah, that definitely does it for me. When I get to hold it in my hands, the Bible is just incredibly important and a powerful tool for the protection of your mind, heart, soul. In my opinion, it definitely helps me. You know, so definitely helps me. Um, so yeah, after stream yesterday, I saw a movie. It was like a movie, a myth, like the story of this it was like animated. For me, guys, at this point, I just start watching like Studio Ghibli films, and I feel like it's the best de-stressor, the best balancer to level me off after spending an entire day punching people and kicking people in the face. So the best the best equalizer to just kind of equal out my empathy is to is to watch a really easy, heartfelt animated show or movie that's like rated G or rated PG, and it's just the exact opposite of me punching and kicking people in the face when I play Spider-Man. So yesterday I was watching this story called Princess Cayuga. And Princess Cayuga is a story about a myth. I thought it was like it reminds me of like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, but Princess Cayuga meaning like bamboo, light of the bamboo or something like that. Basically, like this person was born not as like a baby was born, but they were like they sprouted from a bamboo stalk, and then she ended up getting like adoptive parents that were farmers, and they ended up like taking care of her, and then her adoptive father, he was a bamboo cutter, and so he found gold and he found robes. They came out of these bamboo stalks. So like he used that. Wow, this is cool. This is a new suit, by the way. This is the 2099 suit with web wings. It's really nice. I like it a lot. It reminds me of the unlimited suit. All right, ready? They're right over here. You just gotta get right into the crunch. You feel me? So yeah, so I saw this movie Princess Cayuga. Basically, like she was born from the moon. She was a moon person. She comes from a civilization that don't have impurities from like the earth. Basically an alien. Yeah. And well basically she was okay. She was having a good time like being in nature, learning how to be a farmer, really having a good life. And then, oh, my game crashed. Hello? Oh, my game crashed, guys. Sorry about that. So, anyways, she was living her life well, and then all of a sudden, um, like she started gaining a reputation for being like this beautiful, like princess or whatever. And then she was getting a whole bunch of attention from a lot of suitors, and then her suitors um, they didn't really care for her as a person. They only cared about her beauty and what she could offer them. So like the top five nobles of the land would like try to court her with like the love letter, and then they all came to her and professed to her what they thought she meant to them, and they all talked about these amazing treasures and these already like moved on, right? He moved on and he had a woman and he had a baby at that point. And so she had come to visit him, right? But then for some reason, like he ended up forgetting about his his wife and his son, and like was telling Princess Kaguya that he would run away with her and that he would leave his woman and his child to be with her. Not that he actually said that, because it wasn't said, but you could literally see that he had a family, and he said he was willing to leave them for her. And I'm like, dude, you, instead of him waiting, instead of him saying, you know what, I'll never meet someone as good as this person, Little Bamboo. Instead of doing that, he just ended up just finding someone else. And it's like, if he had just waited that whole time and stayed single, if there was a chance that, you know, she would come back, he would have been able to accept her and he would have been in a relationship with her. But instead, he, you know, I don't blame him. You know, I don't blame him for finding someone, but I do definitely have some issues with him being willing to leave his current partner and his baby in order to be with another woman that he likes. You know what I mean? So I definitely was like, dude, that's messed up. And that's why she didn't stay with him either. Because literally he's willing to leave his family that he built for this woman that he liked, but I mean, literally, he already settled into Roots. So you can't blame her for just leaving because he wasn't really like she had this song where in this song it said, "If you pine for me, I will return to you." But the thing is that that guy who was from the village, he wasn't pining for her. He had moved on. So it's not like he was actually waiting for her. So you can't blame her. You feel me? You can't blame her for being like, "Look, I can't be with you. Like you already have a family." You know, like Princess Kaguya, she wasn't like trying to be a homewrecker. You feel me? Like, so it was messed up that he would be willing to leave his family for her. And then you could tell, it didn't say it, but you can tell, like, he like looked kind of like longingly at, you know, like he's like, oh, it must have been a dream, but it wasn't a dream, right? But you can tell, like, that relationship probably isn't gonna last too long. And they have a kid. They have a child together. So what, you know, what exactly is supposed to happen there? I don't think that's gonna be a very long-lasting, happy relationship for sure. Like literally, like he was already willing to leave her. So yeah, I saw that movie yesterday. It was a nice movie. It was nice. It's made in like 2013. First time I'd ever seen it. And I was actually looking to see you know, like just watch another Studio Ghibli movie instead. Like I said, for me personally, I think it's a good balancer. It's like, you know, I spend all day with Spider-Man and we end up punching people, kicking people, webbing people down. And, you know, it's not like it's better than, you know, killing people because I only like, you know, knock them out and stuff. But still, you know, it's definitely not the least violent game. It's definitely up there. Like I think I mentioned, I was looking at this sponsorship, and in this sponsorship, you know, it was like a sponsorship for like a food company or whatever. And unfortunately, in the sponsorship contract that I received, before I like accepted the terms, I read it, and it said that the content that, you know, I perform cannot be instilled with like graphic violence. And I'm like, graphic violence, and it can't feature firearms and stuff. Whoa, Soup! I don't want to say the company's name because I don't want to make any trouble, but yeah, you're right on. So I'm not gonna say it though, but yeah, I literally saw that contract and it said you can't have firearms featured, and yeah, that is the company. You can't have firearms featured, you can't have graphic violence. And I was like, I mean, you received that too? Wow. Yeah. So I knew I couldn't fulfill that because in Spider-Man does have firearms. I don't use firearms, but everyone that I beat up has firearms and they shoot at me. So that is firearms right there. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to fulfill their terms, and I didn't want to like accidentally do it and then put in the work and then they don't fulfill their side of the contract because I violated my side. So I went ahead and just decline. Well, I couldn't decline the offer. I just didn't complete the offer. I didn't complete the setup. So I would have declined it so that way they could offer it to someone else, but they didn't need me to decline it, I guess. So put in the work, put in the hours. We stay hungry, we devour. Yeah. Yo, that's true, man. I mean, to be quite honest, like for me, like this doesn't feel like, you know, work. It's just easy. I'm just having fun playing Spider-Man, right? So I don't want to put any content out there that I don't feel comfortable feeling as if, you know, it was just put in, it was made with good spirits, good intentions, and good energies, you know? So when I got the offer for, you know, sponsorship, you know, I was excited at first, but then I was like, well, I read the contract, so I knew instantaneously that it wasn't gonna work out. I wasn't what they were looking for, because my content is definitely not uh firearm free, you know? It's definitely not. But it'll be okay. I'm hoping maybe at some point maybe I'll get a sponsorship. Like I got a sponsorship deal from another company, like a mobile game, to play their game. But when I saw the stipulations, it required like a community engagement. They weren't just gonna pay me to play the game. You know, they wanted a community to engage with their game, and my community had to be able to engage with their game in order for me to get paid financially, compensated. And I was like, I don't have any real community engagement that way, so I can't fulfill that either, you know? So it'll be all right though. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. But it'll be all right. You know, I'm at least getting offers, you know, for like potential sponsorships, which is amazing. I never dreamed I would ever get any kind of sponsorship offers ever, and I've gotten two within the last month. So I'm looking forward to, you know, potentially finding like a better sponsorship deal. Just rob a bank. No. Soup, have you learned nothing from my streams, brother? Crime doesn't pay. It doesn't pay. We're here because crime does not pay. Okay? Alright, that's why we're Spider-Man and we're not playing Green Goblin. Okay? Crime doesn't pay here. Literally, it will never pay. In Spider-Man land, it will never pay. Okay? I'd rather starve to death than rob a bank. Alright? It's an honor thing, bro. I'd rather go hungry on the street than to put other people in danger or to not follow the rules, you know? Like, the rules are what allowed me to have a really good childhood, you know? Because my parents followed the rules, you know? They followed the rules. So I'm very much inspired to follow the rules too. So even if that means I can't have a family because I follow the rules, you know, because guess what? My parents, they followed the rules and they were able to get a family. Are they together now? No, they're not. They're not together now. But they, you know, they were able to have a family, which I guess is what they wanted. And I'm still in their life, and I still get supported by them as if, you know, as if I was still a kid. So I guess I'm doing them a favor. But yeah, this suit is really nice. All right, all right. So yeah, this is a new suit, Tango Ted's 2099 suit. It has like a frayed web cape on the back, which is really cool. Really nice stuff. All right. All right. Oh wait. Oh, did he alert them? Nope. Okay, wait. Oh man, this is so fun. Look at that. I can just like make an aura of. I wish there was, if there was a mod that could take away like all the light effects around me, that would be nice. Tango always plays Soundpad on Steam. Tango always plays Soundpad. What is Soundpad? What does that mean? What is a Soundpad? Is that like a music player? Is that like a music game? Like maybe they listen to music while they're making mods. To make your own music. Wow. Tango's a very creative person. I mean, they make mods for Spider-Man, and I'm pretty sure I mean, that's already very creative, and that's like a lot of artwork and creativity that's needed. So I'm not surprised if, you know, Tango makes his own music, Tango makes his own like uh art. I'm sure like Tango's got a lot of like artistic things and projects that that you know he owns, I guess, you know. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm very grateful to Tangled Ted. So many nice suits that he's made for this game for free. So I'm very thankful, you know. So yeah, if he's got a SoundCloud or something, I'll definitely post a link. I'll post a link for Tangled Ted for sure. Oh, ow. I'm going to start. I know. With Spider-Man content. Well, yeah, good for you. Well, technically, Soup, there is a mod. There is a mod where you can make Spider-Man, and you can make all of the enemies nude. There's some kind of nude mod. I will never use that because that's against terms of service for Twitch. But I guess for OnlyFans, I guess yeah, you could mod the game so that so that Spider-Man doesn't wear a suit anymore, basically. This is a Christian yeah, it absolutely is. Absolutely. We are a Christian server here. So I would never do that. I'm not interested in doing any of that content at all. I'm just letting you know that, hey, I'm not here to judge you, and I won't. I particularly do not encourage anyone to go on OnlyFans. I think that it's against virtue. I truly think it's against, for me, like, you know, Jesus Christ represents virtue, piety, moderation, stability, you know, good things. And so I truly do not encourage anyone to do it. All I'm saying though is that, hey, to each their own. I'm not gonna be the sin police here. I just know that me personally, I will not do any of that stuff. I won't. I'd rather make no money and have a good set of morals than to make money compromising my morals. I'd rather just be cool and just be like, hey, you know what? I'm okay being a beach bum with some morals than to be a sellout and be a part of like the problems and stuff. So, yeah. But I won't put anyone down for that. We all make mistakes. We all have our own problems to deal with. If someone was dealing with substance abuse, I wouldn't encourage them to continue with substance abuse either. I would hope to encourage them to, walk away from using that as comfort for their life and use Jesus Christ as comfort instead. Like I personally use Jesus Christ as my foundation for being happy, my foundation for having comfort, and I don't really require any worldly stuff in order to feel comfort. And so I encourage everyone to just do that as well. But to each their own. Like I said, to each their own, Soup. I'm not really worried about doing any of that stuff. I would say give me that and punch them so they'll never do it again. Aw. Oh, Soup. That's not how you help people. You don't punch people and take away what, because that's not gonna help them. That's just gonna make them not like you, and then they're never gonna come back around you because they know that if they come back around you, you're just gonna punch them and take their stuff. You have to encourage them. You have to say, look, I hope you can fight this, and get better. And yeah, I had a friend in college, and she was like she smoked cigarettes all the time, and she would just keep smoking cigarettes. And you know, we would hang out, we were friends and stuff. And then one day she was like, you know what? She just stopped smoking cigarettes. And you know, I mean, and I've heard that quitting smoking is one of the hardest things to do. And she quit, and I saw her do it. And I saw her like having issues and stuff, but she did it. She like went through it and she stopped smoking, and she's better for it, in my opinion. You know? And so all I can say is that I won't judge. I won't dare judge anybody. Just like I don't judge the criminals I'm fighting. No, we did not get married. Actually, she was like she was my best friend in college, and we had a friend, another mutual friend, and so it was like a trio. It was like me, her, and our other friend. And no, we were just friends. We weren't like into each other like that. She always had like boyfriends and stuff. And what ended up happening was she found like her husband through like one of her friends from back home, and she ended up marrying that guy. And yeah, that guy was like an engineer. So she's happy now. I think she's got like 2 kids. So that is really awesome for her. I'm very happy for her. So no, we did not marry. We never did anything like that. Like I said, she was always I do not regret it. Why? Why would I regret it? I regret being her friend? No, I do not. I do not regret being her friend at all. I think she is a very good person, and I can be a friend to someone and not have to be married to them, you know? You regret not marrying her. No, Soup, I do not. I do not regret not marrying her. Like I said, she was she was just a friend. In fact, she had dropped out of college. I don't know what it is, but like more than half of the people I knew in college had dropped out of college. It's the same thing in high school. When I was friends with some people in high school, we would like hang out in the cafeteria, and then like three of the guys that I would hang out with, it was like a group of 4 guys. Three of them, all of them, moved from the school. They all left school, and they all moved away. And I literally would just be by myself in the cafeteria to the point where I ended up just going to the library and hiding. I would just hide in the library. And I would just spend my time there in the library because I didn't want to sit alone in the cafeteria. And I never ate a meal in cafeteria in high school. I never ate in high school. I would just eat when I got home. This could have been a Twilight love story, but it turned into a Twi dark. It's not. There's nothing dark about the story. There's nothing dark about the story. She was like very like I said, she was a good friend. But she always had a boyfriend. She was one of those that was always with a guy, no matter what. There was never really any time between that. And so I was just always her friend, so I ended up just being her friend. But she was an awesome friend. We had a lot of funny, cool times together. So, but then what ended up happening was that I said it was her, me, and then we had a mutual gay friend. And they ended up fighting, and they stopped being friends. And so I ended up being their, like, I ended up staying friends with both of them, but I had to be like separate as their friends. Like we couldn't all hang out together. Just like my parents. Like my parents, I love my parents both, and they no longer are together, but I still love them both. And I'm the only one of my family that still talks to both my parents. Like all my siblings, they're just broken up. Punching people sounds like a good time. Yeah. Well, that's what we do now. We just punch. We punch. I was doing some math. There's about 37 to 40, maybe 50 enemies per each round. And I do each round now I do it in about 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm thinking I probably have gotten thousands of NPCs knocked out at this time. I probably knocked out thousands. Like if someone looked at all the, because I have over 900 hours, and if you say okay, 900 hours minus maybe 100 hours for story related content and cutscenes, and you have 800 hours of just 5-minute bouts where you take out 40 to 50 people, that can add up pretty quick. You know? So yeah, we punch people now, but we punch it for justice, man. We don't do it because we're bullies. We do it because if we don't do it, these people are gonna just end up terrorizing the entire block. You know? Like when I think about all of the like they basically like cordon off this area, right? But the stuff they don't show you is like with this power armor. Oh, you punch for fun. Yeah. Like all these people are dangerous, man. I can't help but to imagine like a situation where they have this whole blockade run, and then all of a sudden there's like a family that's walking by, and they terrorize the family, they mug the family, or they hurt like the animal or the pet, or they assault people, and it's just like it just nah, dude. Let's just punch them, knock them out, and then just sort them out, like, but we gotta get them off the street, like it's just not safe. So I punch for honor and justice, and because that's what Spider-Man would do. That's what Spider-Man would do. But I will tell you, I'm not a good guy, and I'll tell you all the time, I am not a good person. Okay. I wish you could punch NPCs or run them over and steal cars. No, Soup. That's GTA stuff, man. Grand Theft Auto, and I don't play those games. I don't play those games. I I don't particularly like those games. They're just not for me. They're not my style. So yeah, not really my style. Running people over, that's terrible, Suit. That's so terrible. Oh man. Super terrible. Yeah, but I'm not a good guy. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you straight up. If the Green Goblin held my girlfriend or held a bus full of children over a bridge, okay, I'm gonna do what Peter did. Okay, and I'm gonna save my girlfriend first. Okay, so I'm not a good person because I will save my family and save them first, and then I'll go and save the other people. So I'm not a good person. I'm not here to claim I'm a martyr or something because I'm not. I'm definitely not a good person. And GTA is not fun. Well, it is fun, I guess, if you like that stuff, but it is definitely not. It's definitely not a game for people who, don't want to hurt people. Just let them both fall and go to sleep, right? Oh man, that's terrible. No, no. We're heroes, man. We gotta do our best. So, anyways, no, GTA. I remember as a kid I would play GTA. Man, that was some stuff. I remember playing GTA. That was a long time ago. San Andreas. I played San Andreas. Yeah, but I don't play GTA no more. That just I don't know. I just fell out of it. I just don't like it. It's not really for me. You know. It's like I'm not a good guy, but I won't play GTA. Geiga Tower Ape. Geiga Tower Ape. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I know for sure Grand Theft Auto, that's just not my style of game. I don't like hurting people like that. In real life or in video game life. That's just not for me. I mean, I don't like hurting them in that way. If you're a criminal and you're doing bad stuff and it's like cut and dry, you're terrorizing innocent people, then yeah, I'll definitely fight you in a video game as a superhero and I'll take you out for sure. All day, every day, thousands and thousands of times. I'll do it till I can't, till my fingers don't work no more, you know? Yeah. I mean in real life too, if I had that opportunity, but I'm just like, nah. Real life is way more complicated, and honestly, like, if I want fulfillment, it's like that movie Prisoners. When they told this detective who had 100% solved rate for his crimes, it was a detective. Basically, every crime he was assigned, he would solve it, right? And there was this movie, Prisoners, and so there was this kidnapping of like two girls, and the detective who had 100% solve rate, he was working on the case, and his captain said, "Look, if you want fulfillment, okay, don't look for it by solving crimes here. Find a woman, marry her, have kids, get a family, get fulfillment that way." That's what he told the detective, and I was like, dang. But he's not wrong. It's like, hey, look, at the end of the day, we can only do our best, but we have to prioritize what we want. And it's like, so would I want to be a detective that can help other people? Sure. And if I were if I were able to then, find someone who would be okay with me being that smart and wise that I could solve 100% of my crimes. And so if they ever tried doing anything, if we were in a relationship and they ever tried doing something, and I could instantly find out what was going on, I would hope that they wouldn't be intimidated by me and that they could be in a relationship with me and not be intimidated by my detective skills. Do you want fulfillment? Just do what you love. Yeah, exactly. You know, just do what you love. Just do what, your soul calls for. For me, doing what I love to do is just honestly just have peace, tranquility, serenity, the grace of God. Ask God to help shed his grace on me and so I can live well, do right by others, and then, when I become 100 years old and I die peacefully in my sleep, I can just be very content with how I live my life, and I can just have eternal life in heaven. That's kind of what I'm after. So that's what I hope for. I just hope to live well enough to just, be blessed to be in heaven. Like I don't know. At this point in my life, I can't really count on anything else. So I just want to do well. So at this time, I definitely enjoy playing Spider-Man. So we'll play Spider-Man. We'll try to play if Iron Man comes out, we'll try to play Iron Man. We'll try to play Control 2. We'll try to play Wolverine. We'll try to play Captain America. We'll try to play Black Panther. We'll do all that stuff. We'll play Spider-Man 2 with more moves. We'll get it. We'll get that. You know? If I'm able to. If not, like I said, I've been working on making sure I can be at peace and calm, even if I can't play Spider-Man anymore. I'm sick of my life. Whoa, whoa, Soup. Come on, Soup. Bro, you're a good guy. What are you talking about, man? You're a good guy. Okay? Yeah, in life, we definitely fall into ruts. We fall into places where maybe we're not truly where we want to be, or we feel like we shouldn't be there, but there is a way to get out of that. And the first thing you need to do is have appreciation for what you have right now. Soup, I saw this movie called Slumdog Millionaire. Okay? When this guy was a kid, he ended up losing Soup? What? When he was a kid, he lost his mom to like religious raiders in India. I guess in India, they kill each other for religion and stuff. Anyways, so this kid lost his mom because these religious raiders like killed her in cold blood for their god or whatever, right? Anyways, so this kid grew up like as an orphan boy in India. He didn't even have he went to sleep in this train cart. He didn't have a pillow, he didn't have a bed. He slept on the floor of a train. Okay? So if you have four walls, if you have a bed, you have a pillow, you have some food, water, and you're happy, and your survival is taken care of, there's no complaining. At least for me, it's like, hey, I can't be sick of my life. I have all the basic necessities of life, and I even get to have two loving parents that I can call and talk to whenever I want. I have it all. You know what I mean? And so, but would I like to have a relationship with someone? Yeah. Would I like to maybe start a family with someone and be a dad myself and love others the way my parents love me? Yeah, absolutely. But am I gonna be like, oh, I'm sick of my life because I don't have so and so set? You know? Just because I don't go out much, and just because, like I said, I'm more of a homebody. Just because I haven't been to a museum in years, just because I haven't been on a date in years, doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm so sick of my life. I'm so sick of being like alone and blah blah blah. It's like, no. You have to be able to appreciate what you have right now, because unless you can be happy and content by yourself, you will never be able to do the things you want because other people won't be happy or content around you either. I have a lot to say. I'm sorry for that you don't have a good luck on the next text to the message, just rambling. That's cool, man. Look, we all have our problems. You know, like I said, for me, I learned my lesson. Unless I am willing to somehow figure out how to get resources, I know my life is not going to move past this point, and I'm going to end up being homeless in a few months. But am I like, oh man, I'm scared, I'm quaking and I'm shaking and stuff? No. You know, I'm going to find peace wherever I may be and I find myself. And that's the important thing. So, I know you're a good guy, Soup. You're a good guy. I know that you will figure it out. And you don't have to be sick of your life, man. I mean, you live in Belgium, right? Or Europe. You live in like Europe. So you're gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be all right because, you know, I heard out there in Europe there's a lot of nice things, you know, like a lot of nice things. You guys don't really worry about like stop, go and work. Yeah. Yeah, but that's like here in America too. But here, like, you might be going, and then you might be like, you know, involved in like a as a a bystander, like a victim of gun violence or something, you know. Like if you stay in a big city out here in America, like you're just asking for trouble. I don't really like big cities, to be quite honest. Like I'm actually very fortunate that my parents. I was born in the big city. I was born in New York, but I'm very fortunate that my parents, after 9/11, we moved. We moved out of the big city of New York, and I ended up growing up in a like a medium, small-sized town in Florida, and it's been a lot better. And I appreciate it. I don't really like living in the city. I think the city is just way too much stuff, man. Way too much stuff and way too expensive, to be quite honest. Like, you know? So, and I mean, living in cities is good if you're a social person, but if you're not, living out living out of the cities is nicer. So in Europe, it's not like as industrialized, right? So it's like more like a medium, small size Burger King meal. Oh, yeah. So there you go, man. And that's really cool. You know? It's really nice. Yeah. I don't know. Like, you know, in any country, like it's fine if you have resources. Like you'll live well in any country if you have resources. But if you don't, you're gonna have a bad time in any country you're in. So it's not because of the country you're in for sure. Like if you had resources, you'll be able to live well anywhere. It's industrialized here too. Yeah, but not to the same extent, I'm sure. Right? It's I mean like in Europe, it's not like automobiles are like the first consideration everywhere. Like certain places don't have automobiles as the first line of like travel, right? Like it's more like bicyclists, and it's not like huge skyscrapers and everything. And there's no real issue of like uh you know gun violence. And you guys, I guess in like certain places like Sweden or Switzerland, they have like drug rehabilitation services where it's like you don't have to be a crackhead on the street. Like they actually take care of you in like a shelter, and they try to wean you off drugs, but they don't stop you from. There's Antwerp because of the drug violence. Yeah. Well, you're gonna have drug violence everywhere. It's not like it's something that no country has, you know. It's not like no country has, a lack. Every country has drugs, and drug problems, you know. So I definitely agree with you there. But I'm pretty sure there's a there's an easier manner of living out there. I'm sure it's not like as fast paced. Like in I mean, I heard in Spain, like they close up their stores at like in the middle of the day at 12 to take naps. We don't do that in America. We don't get to do that in America. You know, we don't get to do that. We didn't have that violence, but now we do. Oh, yeah, but I mean, like at least in Europe, more people are willing to collaborate, right? So it's like people collaborate more in Europe. Like in America, it's more individualistic. So it's like I don't, at least in Europe, like people people have like they have more of a social connection, or they feel more socially connected to their country than Americans, because in Americans everyone's like, nah, you gotta do it yourself. But in Europe it's like, well, we gotta work together kind of thing. So but like I said, man, um you know everywhere's gonna have problems. I mean, to be quite honest, I could probably, I mean, if you could be okay with the bare minimum, you could be okay in almost any country, you know. But I'm just glad that the bare minimum here is way higher of a standard than in other places. I mean, for real. Like when you think about it, the way, like, even just having like air conditioning, running water, food, shelter, a peace and quiet, and like, a computer, like, a washer dryer. Like I have so many amenities that, like, I'm pretty sure that if I went to the past and I spoke to like the emperor of any country or the king of any country, they would want to change, they would want to switch spots with me. They'd probably be like, yeah, like, because to be the king of like a cave clan, of a caveman clan, is not really as good as being just like a introverted person in like modern times, especially in America. So I definitely feel like I don't know, I'm living pretty well, by a lot of like metrics. And so I truly can't be sick of my life. I have so much appreciation for my life. I don't feel sick for my life at all. I feel like I'm very proud and happy for the circumstances in my life, and I wouldn't want to trade my circumstances for anything. Like I'm pretty much, if I could, I would just coast the rest of my life doing this. I'd be a 80-year-old person who just streams Spider-Man for part of the day